We will wipe out the terrorists.
Deep freeze.
Back in the days of the PlayStation 1, where everyone was still trying to find their footing when it came to navigating through games in a 3D environment, really popular titles such as Final Fantasy VII and Resident Evil really informed the design decisions that some developers took, like for instance having polygonal models on top of pre-rendered backgrounds. And one such game that did just that is the semi-obscure Deep Freeze, which is published by Sammy but developed by some company called Talon Incorporated, and this seems to be their one and only developed game. It's kind of surprising that Deep Freeze is as obscure as it is, because while it is a Japan-only PlayStation release, it is rather import-friendly. Not only is it an easy-to-play action game, but it's also in fully voiced English. Well, I say it's in English, but...
Okay, folks, it's showtime.
This is the analysis of Hephaestus on the computer. The truth is their whole pictures are unknown.
Here you are, you UN ants. I'll waste you all.
That's right, it's not only in English, it's in fantastic English. As you probably can tell, I'm not a native English speaker, and even I can tell that this is levels below Resident Evil. But that's really one of the main reasons I love this game. I love this old cheesy English dialogue recorded by non-native English speakers and Australian tourists that they kidnapped off the streets.
So there are more than a few entrances. Get a floor plan first. Look for the escape route.
The game takes place in the far-flung future of 2001, where terrorism is rampant and an evil terrorist organization known as Hephaestus has gotten the world all riled up. Now in response, the International Anti-Terrorist Service has been formed, which goes by the incredibly ridiculous abbreviation Inter-Ants, and as Jack Wyatt, commander of an Ants squad, you and your teammates will go into battle to resolve hostage situations and remove the terrorists threats. Every one of the primary stages in the game has you select a partner at the start of the mission who comes equipped with one of the 3 weapons available, being the pistol, which is slow but works great at long range, the shotgun, which obviously works great up close, and a machine gun, which fires a lot faster but is less precise than the pistol. While ammo is not a resource for these missions, you do have healing items and grenades that you can use to aid you when it comes to take down enemies fast. And taking down enemies fast is really one of the essential things that you absolutely have to do in this game, because healing items are pretty limited, and even on normal difficulty the enemies do deal out a lot of damage. Now you do have the option of rolling out of the way by double tapping to the left or the right, or roll forward by double tapping forward, but it's slow and cumbersome, and more often than not you will still get shot. Tank controls were really not built for this.
An emergency?
Who is it?
We were at the wedding ceremony together. Jack wired.
Hephaestus! Why are you guys here?
Well, what's wrong? Are you feeling anxious without your man? Don't worry, you'll be dead with the kids soon.
Now I did mention how the game plays in primary stages, you have a partner and you have unlimited ammo, but I really ran my face against stage 3. In this one, Jack Wyatt visits some facility in civilian clothing, looking for clues into the terrorist organization, I guess, when the terrorists suddenly decide to attack. Now you don't have any healing items or grenades, and instead you have to pick up magazines of ammunition, which are only dropped from specific enemies. The difficulty really spikes here as it becomes a lot more about running away and trial and error as I try to figure out where to go next. Because while the voices all might be in English, the mission critical text with the direction is still in Japanese. I could probably get it right if I tried some more, but that was for all the footage I had time to record. I did have a few problems with the regular boss fights as well, but here's a bit of a gameplay tip. Save all your stun grenades for the bosses and whip out that shotgun to do some massive damage. Don't count on your partner surviving though. You can give them some rudimentary commands, but they don't really do anything to dodge incoming enemy fire. And neither can you really, since the controls are quite clunky, as I mentioned earlier.
Give it up. You can never escape from my island.
This is your island? Then answer my question. What is the military equipment for? What does Hephaestus want?
You are going to die. It has nothing to do with you.
Now, with the voices being all in English, it seems weird that they didn't go the extra length to translate the text and put it out for the rest of the world. Now, as I did say, the game did take place in 2001 and is about terrorism, which was a time that was a bit sensitive to America and the rest of the Western world, what with 9/11 and all, but the game was released back in 1999. And it's not like we weren't getting plenty of terrible third-person action games with broken English already, so a lack of localization is a bit of a mystery. I mean, the game certainly did sell enough in Japan to be re-released under the Superlight 1500 budget re-release series, which means that there are plenty of copies in circulation on eBay for a reasonable price. So if you love early, corny PlayStation action games as much as I do, then do check out Deep Freeze.
The end will be decided.